I love this question. And it was from a guy, which I absolutely love hearing from another point of view from a man, right? He says, I'm struggling as a male in this area, which is sexual frustration. I did a video on that. Make sure you go and watch it. Born again in 2017 and repented from past sexual sin. I have learned to stay busy and not to remain idle as well. So I mentioned that in the video, like, staying busy if you're sexually frustrated, whatever. Bible reading, prayer is essential. But my main concern is if once I get married and the intimacy is fulfilled, I think he meant to say, will I be slack in my fitness goals, my goals and ambitions? Then after a while, will we get sexually frustrated again? Because since one partner, the wife or the husband, loses interest, then I'll be thinking, why did I get married? And I've been told we can't masturbate. I guess I'll just get used to being frustrated. God tests to see who fears him or not. This is my personal opinion. This is not biblical at all. I am not married, never been married. I do not even have children. So take this with a grain of salt. But I love the fact that you're honest and open, because this journey of being celibate and waiting until marriage is not easy. But I do not understand the struggles, especially the physical struggles as a man. I would love to hear from other men though. But I'm going to break this question down into 3 parts, okay? The first thing that you mentioned was, once you get married, will you start to slack off in your fitness and all these ambitions that you have? I would say that's up to you. That's not up to your marriage. That's not up to your spouse. That's on you to not slack off in that area. I think you should be enjoying your spouse. You should be having fun, releasing all that, no more frustration. You can, have your cake and eat it too, and wherever you want it or whatever it is. But yes, you'll probably have a moment, a season where you just enjoy each other. And that'll be great. It'll be a blessing. I think that you have to individually get out of the honeymoon phase and get back into your business. I think the person that God has for you, they're not going to allow you to slack off. If they knew in your single season you were working out, you had a business, or you had a nice career, or you had certain goals, they should be pushing you. I think the right person for you, they're supposed to be pushing you. They should be helping you in some kind of way. So I don't think that should be an issue. That's an individual effort. That has nothing to do with your relationship. That has to do with you. Part 2 of the question, he says, after a while, I'll be sexually frustrated again, since one partner, the wife or the husband, will lose interest. I want to stop there. I think that this is negative thinking, because we don't know if you're going to have sexual problems. You're kind of already creating that narrative. And I think you have to be careful of saying, yes, we're going to have sexual frustration issues, and it's either going to come from me or it's going to come from her. You don't know what's going to happen. And I think you have to be careful of what you already are assuming that's going to happen in your marriage. And yes, if you're married for 50, 60, 70 years, your body's going to change. Life is going to happen. Yes, maybe there'll be a season where you guys will, and I don't want to speak that into your marriage or even your relationship, but it can happen, yes. But I don't think that you should already pre-assume that that's going to happen. But let me tell you this. I like the fact that you're thinking about this, but I would say this. Premarital counseling is important, because then you can talk about your sexual expectations. Like, what do we want to do? Do we want to make sure that we do it X amount of times? Do we want to, whatever it is, you just need to put that out there, especially if you are a very sexual person and those are needs that you need. Now, I'm not saying that your spouse is going to be able to give it to you, but those needs should be spoken about. And I do think that give your spouse the chance to express their needs too. But you shouldn't assume that you're going to get sexually frustrated again because everybody's going to lose interest. You always have to figure out a way to spice up your relationship. And maybe your partner isn't feeling it. Maybe something died. Maybe, you guys have issues with the kids, money issues, like life happens. So I don't think I would just say I'm going to be sexually frustrated and they're going to lose interest. That's the wrong thinking. The part 3, the last part of it is, and he says like, why did I get married? And then I can't even masturbate. I guess I'm just going to be frustrated. I guess that's just my reality. It's the wrong thinking. I think that marriage, and then it's like, why did I get married? I think marriage is supposed to be more than sex. Obviously, it's great because God says, you know what? You can have it. I don't care what you do. It's up to you and your wife. The marriage bed is undefiled, like it says in the word. But at the same time, I think that marriage, yes, you're supposed to get your sexually, all your pleasures and fantasies out in your marriage, but marriage is more than sex, obviously, right? You're supposed to be building a life with this person. Obviously, if sex is very important to you, I think you need to speak on that. But even if you do get frustrated in your marriage, like I said, disclaimer, I have not been married. I have not had sexual frustrations as a man, clearly. But I will say this, we're not going to always be in a great space with the person that we're meant to be with. I think that, yes, you can't masturbate. Yes, we're not supposed to. Now, your marriage may look different because by the time you're married, you should be able to release all of that sexual, anything you have going on. But it just depends on who you're with. I'm not going to say your wife will tell you, yeah, you can go ahead and do whatever you're going to do. But don't think that you're going to just stay frustrated and then it's just going to be a downhill. And it's like, why did I even get married? I might as well stay single. Then stay single, because some people are not meant to be in relationships. Some people are not meant to, if you can withhold like Paul did in the Bible, he was single. And he said, I would rather people be single. But if you are burning, if you are having these, go ahead and marry. Make sure you, consult God. But I do love the question, but I will say this, just know that life will have its ups and downs. The sexual frustration may come in your marriage, but that's why in your single season, that's when you go back to the other goals that you have. You go back to your fitness, you go back to your business, you go back to your career, you fill your life with things that will still honor God and please him, because your wife may go through depression. She may have a kid, or you may have something going on physically and you can't get it up. I'm not speaking that over you. I'm just saying things happen in life, and maybe the sexual part of your relationship may struggle, but maybe it won't. But I don't think you should be worried about that. I think when you do find the right person, please be prayerful about it. And if you find yourself frustrated, go to God in prayer and ask him, what can I do? And then hopefully you have a spouse that's willing to put in the work. Because I'm not going to lie, some people, they know that the sex life has been sucky, like it's not been on and popping. And they're like, yeah, but so what? And so it can be a struggle. It can be a struggle, but it's up to you. It's up to you. And I know you have another person to think about, but I do hope that doesn't happen to you. But thank you so much for this question. And thank you again for watching Living Purified. This is my online journaling to living a pure life for Jesus Christ with my mind, body, and spirit. Thank you again for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.